Hey guys, what's up? It's munclesonkey. So in this video I wanted to do something that was actually suggested to me by a viewer. So thank you to this guy who suggested the video, and if you guys ever want to suggest videos and you have a really good idea, hey, it might end up happening. But anyway, I tested the 4 combat styles against each other, so Momentum, Legacy, Revolution, and Full Manual, and I already knew which one would be the best, and I had a pretty good idea of which one would be the worst, and the results weren't terribly surprising, but I still just wanted to compare all 4 of them so maybe you guys can see for yourself like how much better one combat style is for another, or maybe make that decision between, for example, Revolution and Legacy, which one you want to use for your Slayer task. So this isn't the best test in the world because of course I only tried out range with one combat style, but I did keep the test fairly consistent. I did each combat style for exactly 30 minutes at Dark Beast, and I wore the exact same gear. I did not use any stat boosting potions or prayers because I wanted the test to be as accurate as possible and just completely remain the same, and I possibly could like let a potion run out and that would throw the test results off a little bit. But I wore Armadillo and offhand and main hand Ascension Crossbow, Ascension Bolts, Demon Horn Necklace for burying for constant prayer. I also wore a Helm of Darkness, which counts Dark Beast kills, so I'm up to 2.2k Dark Beast kills. That's not how many I killed. I already had about 1.5k killed before I started this test. A Comp Cape, Silverhawk Boots, Colomancer's Gloves, Ring of Vigor, Charming Imp, and Vampirism. So that's the exact same gear I wore for all the tests. So without further ado, let's get into the test results, and I'm going to rank the 4 combat styles from worst to greatest. So the first combat style that I tried out was Momentum, and for all of you who don't know, you can now use ultimates with Momentum, so I did take advantage of that. I used Death Swiftness as much as possible while it was Momentuming, and you could use it once every 1.5 minutes or so. It took a while to get up to Death Swiftness because you only get like 1 or 2% adrenaline per auto attack with Momentum, but I'm pretty sure we could all safely assume that Momentum would be the worst combat style, so the only real thing I have to say about Momentum is I'm not entirely sure why it's still in the game. If you really have no desire to use abilities at all, you'd really just use Legacy. It's not very good to use Momentum. As you can see, only 276,000 XP per hour. I just multiplied the XP I got by 2 to get that number because I killed for half an hour, and 202k range an hour. It is very easy and relaxing to use, but so is Legacy, and Legacy is faster, so I would not really ever recommend touching Momentum. Even with using ultimates constantly, Legacy is faster, and if you don't have, like, for example, Death Swiftness unlocked, Momentum is really bad. Not sure why it's still in the game, but it is there as an option. The next one that I tried out was Legacy, and yes, Legacy is in fact slower than Revolution, at least when it comes to ranging with Ascension Crossbows. Of course, a lot of people have speculated that 2H is really powerful in Legacy. However, some tests that a couple YouTubers have done have shown that to not be always entirely true. But I did kill for half an hour with Legacy and just found out, again, it's similar to Momentum, so if you're someone who just has absolutely no interest in abilities at all, doesn't even want to touch them with a 10-foot pole, Legacy is probably the combat style for you, although it is slower than using Revolution. And also, Legacy happens to be, it has the old brown interface, so if you're a fan of, having to use the F keys to switch between interfaces, which is probably my least favorite part about Legacy, I just can't stand that. Legacy is a good option for those who have that nostalgic urge to make RS look like it used to, and it has about 316,000 XP per hour for Dark Beast at least, and 232,000 range an hour, which is still good, but it's not as fast as Revolution. So the Revolution test was probably, if any were skewed, the Revolution was the most skewed, and the reason why is because I kind of AFK'd it, because what I used is I used the Ricochet ability, and it hit multiple Dark Beasts, and then I just had Auto Retaliate on. So if I actually did not AFK the Dark Beast, I could have had Revolution be even a little bit faster. It wouldn't have made a humongous difference, but Revolution definitely would have been faster if I didn't AFK it, and this was the only combat style that I did AFK because it is AFKable, which is the nicest thing about it. So Revolution turned out to be 339k XP per hour. I did not use any ultimates, and I did not use any thresholds. So if you're using ultimates and thresholds, it would speed Revolution up by a lot. So maybe I misjudged Revolution a bit. The other day I was talking in a video how Revolution isn't very good, you should always use manual. But if you use those thresholds and ultimates along with Revolution and you just let the game use the basics for you, it's actually quite decent, I must say. And it is the only combat style that you can really AFK monsters with, so that's always nice about Revolution. And the final one, of course, the fastest one is Full Manual. I think this will come as no surprises to anyone, as Full Manual blew all other combat styles out of the water. I did get quite fast XP. Of course, it would have been faster if I was using like overloads and turmoil active as well, but I did not activate those because I wanted the test to be more fair towards other. And I also got a drop during killing the Dark Beast, which I don't believe I showed during the clips here. I only showed the first 30 and the last 30 seconds of my killing, but I got melee brawlers. I think those might have been in my inventory earlier. Kind of like the worst brawling glove drop, but Dark Beasts actually do have a quite good drop rate of rare drop table items, which might be worth noting. But the full manual, 490k XP per hour, that would be a lot faster if you're using like better gear and, you know, boosting your stats, and 360k range an hour. So overall, what kind of surprised me about this test is Revolution was faster than Legacy, and Revolution is actually kind of decent even if you're AFK. I was not expecting that, but hopefully this helped out for anyone who might have been wondering about this. And thank you for the suggestion, for the guy who suggested this, and farewell.